All right, welcome to the channel. This is Money Man Majid, and if you haven't guessed or haven't realized, my name is Majid. So what we're going to be doing here is a little bit of an experiment. This is something that me personally I've never done. I've seen so many YouTubers out there. They get started, they just start talking about what they like, and that's kind of what we're doing here too. I'm sharing some of my experiences, what I've been up to, and it's so easy to make money out there in the world. So what I want to do is share some of the experiences that I have, some of the knowledge that I know that some other people are doing at the same time. What we're going to talk about is a lot of the ways that other people are able to make money. And in this day and age, we call them side hustles. So I am very much well involved in a lot of side hustles. I do 6, 7, 8 different things. It's just an ongoing, constant thing that I'm always adding another stream of income to my portfolio. It helps supplement. Of course, I've got a day job still, a 9 to 5 that I'm going to work in every day, calling in, reporting in, checking in. But when I've got additional streams of income, it's nice getting that extra cash flow. Maybe if I get a little dip in sales from my regular job and I'm not getting the big fat commission check that I typically get, I'm able to supplement that because I've got those additional streams. Now, different times of the year, those additional streams are going to go down and go up as well. Now, God forbid, say I am unemployed for some sort of reason. I still have those additional streams of income to help cover my bills and expenses. So there's a lot of advantages and benefits of creating these additional streams. Now, we all talk about it and we hear about it a lot, what these additional streams are. So what I actually want to do is share some of these things that I'm doing and some additional things that you are able to do within this. In these days and ages, having more options with what you're able to do gives you more ability to grow in other areas. The first thing that I do myself, and I've been involved with this for a long time, is eBay and Craigslist. Like, these two sources have been one of my primary, most lucrative areas that I've grown every year, year over year. Now, people ask, what do I sell on eBay? What do I sell on Craigslist? Aren't you afraid of the Craigslist killer? What about some person that's going to scam you? Well, these are all risks that come into play, but reality, let's look at the big picture of things. If you're scared of a Craigslist killer, before Craigslist was a newspaper, you called somebody up. It was no different than Craigslist, somebody calling you up and messaging you, hey, I want to see your couch that you've got for sale. If you had a couch for sale in the newspaper, somebody's coming by to do it. I've got a car for sale. If somebody wants to come see it, it's outside. If they're more comfortable to meet at a gas station or a Walmart, we're going to meet at a gas station or a Walmart, just for that comfort level. Do what you're comfortable with. If you don't want to meet people at all, you don't have to. That's where eBay comes in, or even Amazon if you've got newer products that you're able to sell on Amazon. So you jump on eBay, it's everything under the sun that you're able to sell on there. I've sold just about anything that you can think of on eBay. I get free things that I find around my house. I'm clearing out a garage of things that have been sitting around for ages and ages. I go to a store that's going out of business and it's their very last day and they're literally liquidating everything for pennies on the dollar. I remember I went to this hardware store one time. It was a big chain hardware store in the San Diego area that was closing. And I bought 13 shopping carts of everything and anything, whatever it was. 13 shopping carts full of product, and I paid like $200 for it. It was almost $20,000 retail value of goods and product for $200. I mean, you'd have to be pretty crazy to lose money on something like this. I basically made money on the purchase. I come from the auto industry too, and there's a thing that we talk about in the auto industry. You don't make money on the sell, you make money on the buy. And what does that mean exactly? That's when you're buying right, when you're buying things at the right value, at the right number, you've instantly made money because the value is inherently there on that product. So if I were to buy a car that's worth $3,500 for $900, I have bought that vehicle right. Now that also comes into play how much recon and a whole bunch of other things, which I'll get into later videos. But we got to make sure that we buy things right and we're able to list those on eBay at a profitable level, taking into eBay fees and all these shipping costs into consideration, and many times even make my buyers pay that shipping fee just because I don't want to have to absorb that in the cost of my product. Another way that you could do a side hustle, if you can't find products to wash or you just like being out there and running around, is house washing. Now, what is house washing, you may ask? In my undergrad years, I had a painting business where I would paint houses during the summer months. I had a crew of 4 to 8 people, depending on how busy my workload was. I'd bring them in and let them go, and so on and so forth. Before we would paint a house, we had to do something called wash the house. I had a pressure washer where we would go around, climb up on those ladders, and just wash the whole siding of the house, clearing all that dirt off. Typically, a house is cleaned maybe once every 5-6 years. It's not that often that a house is washed. Now, the actual process of washing a house is very simple, and the products and items required are very minimal. You need a pressure washer and a ladder. And depending on where you are in the country, your houses that you're washing might only be a single story. So the ladder you need might be only an 8-foot or 6-foot step ladder, or one of those mini giants that collapses into 4 feet and you can fit in the backseat of a car. The requirements are very simple. A pressure washer, you climb up, you wash the house down, and you move on to the next one. A typical house, average size of 1,500 square feet, 1,000 square feet, maybe 2,000 square feet, is going to take you an hour, hour and a half tops. In situations like this, you can charge upwards of $200 to $300 just to show up and spend an hour washing somebody's house. The fact that you can make $200 an hour washing a house, that's pretty impressive. When you have a homeowner that doesn't have the equipment, that doesn't necessarily have the know-how, that is not comfortable getting up on the ladder, you could get out there, start washing a house, and getting paid $200-300 an hour. If you're doing one a week, that's an extra $200 a week, an extra $800 a month. That $800 in many cases is somebody's rent. So you could work 4 days a month and pay your rent just washing houses. You get more of those, you don't even need a day job anymore, because you get to work as much as you want, as little as you want, taking care of your expenses. Something else that I used to do, somewhat I do it right now, but not so much, I've transitioned out of it, is parting out cars. There is so much money when you're parting out cars. The challenge with this opportunity is space. You're going to need area and space to park a car for an extended period of time, 2, 3, maybe up to 6 months, depending on how quickly the parts move, to park that car and sell the pieces off. In most cases, when you buy that vehicle, the engine alone will sell for what you paid for that vehicle. Then everything else is just gravy money on top. You've got the bumpers, you've got the hood, the fenders, the headlights, transmission, wheels, brakes, axles, seats, buttons inside, panels inside, all the doors, trunk lid, rear bumper, tail lights. I probably already said that stuff. But there's so much that goes into a car. We don't realize how many actual pieces of value we just drive around on a daily basis. If you find a car that somebody's just saying, I don't have space for it anymore, or I just got to get rid of it because my blah, blah, blah says it needs to go, you could pick that up very cheap. Maybe if it's not even running and you've got a trailer or some way to tow it out of there, you could pull that home for a few $100s and easily turn $3,000-4,000 profit on a vehicle, just parting it out. Where do you find the buyers for these parts? eBay, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp. LetGo joined OfferUp, I believe. So you got to just go to OfferUp instead of LetGo now. But these are areas of opportunity where you can quickly flip these parts that you've got and get them into the hands of the buyers that are looking for them. Another one that works really well is auto detailing. We see on Craigslist, we see on Facebook, all these advertisements of people that'll come wash your car for $60, $80, inside, outside. But then they've got different tiers like the platinum detail package, the interior detail package, the paint correction. There's a lot that goes into automotive detailing. The opportunity to entry into it is very low. It doesn't take a whole lot of overhead to get these items and the product to do detailing. You need some water, you need some buckets and some soap, a couple hundred, a few $100s, and you're able to get started in automotive detailing. You throw an ad out there on Craigslist, and say that you offer detailing services, you can show up to somebody's house with a bucket, some soap, and some wax, and you could really transform that car. If you want to be very plain and simple with your details, you could bring out the vacuum, ask that wherever you show up, you need water and electricity. These two things are very simple to find in most homeowner situations. And you show up, you just do the work, and then you make 50, 80, 100 bucks on a basic wax of that vehicle. Take it above and beyond, you could very easily be charging $300 to $400 for a deep clean interior detail with an exterior wash, wax, and buff, where you get out your buffer, you're spending 2-3 hours on that vehicle, but then at the end of the day, when you're all done, you've made $100 an hour or more if you are able to demand those expenses and that cost. Keep at it, keep working at it, and you will get to where you need to go, and you will be able to create the side hustle. Side hustles are not always created immediately or overnight. Side hustles take time to grow, they take time to expand, and they take time to get that customer base. If you're trying to hit 1,000 positive reviews on eBay, that's going to take you 2, 3, 4 years, depending on how much stuff you sell. If you're looking to create a recurring customer base with a detailing business, that's going to take 4, 5, 6 months, maybe 2 years even, in order to get that recurring customer base. Once you get known out there in the industry and in the world that, hey, this guy does really good details, they're going to start referring you back and forth to other people, their friends, their family. Me, myself, I'm constantly asking my friends, hey, do you know a good detailer? Do you know a good guy that is able to come tint my windows on my vehicle? I'm always looking for a deal too. And I'm always looking for a good guy that's going to be reputable, on time, and deliver the value that I'm demanding for what I need that service for. Find that niche that you're looking for. You're going to be able to get into the area of opportunity that you want to grow in. Find that side hustle that you get excited about. That from that 10 to 2 in the daytime, or from 6 to 8 in the evening, you're able to do that outside of your regular normal jobs, and you can build it up over time. Jumping in both feet first and just giving up everything is putting you at risk. And we don't want to have you getting to risky situations where you're not going to be able to cover your expenses. So when you're in a good spot and you've got some extra time, find that area of opportunity that gets you excited and allows you to make more money. So I've covered these 4 things that you can do as side hustles. You can flip things on eBay, on Craigslist, on OfferUp, find random things around the house, find things at stores going out of business. Maybe you're into antiques. If you find antiques at a garage sale, you could very easily pick those up and flip them online. House washing. That's a really easy one to get started in. So for house washing, you just need a pressure washer and a ladder. Very easy to do. They can fit in most 4-door sedans, small SUVs. You don't need too much space, and you throw an ad in Craigslist, you throw an ad on Facebook Marketplace, and then you find those customers that want their house washed. You go around and you wash the house. Maybe you got to wash the house that you're living in currently just to practice, and then you go around and continue with that at other places. Parting out cars. This is a great one where you are able to get a car for cheap and figure out where you can market that. You take some pieces off, you throw them on Craigslist and OfferUp on eBay, and you get a buyer for them. Typically, one big ticket item will pay for the entire cost of that vehicle. Detailing. This is one that is so easy to get into. You need a bucket, some soap, and some wax and buffing compound. When you come to a person's house, they're providing you with the water and the electricity. All you're doing is the actual labor of cleaning out a vehicle. In most cases, the hardest part or the biggest impact that detailing has is washing and vacuuming of the carpet. Once these two items are done, throwing some tire shine on and giving a light coat of wax, that's going to make the car look 1,000 times better, and you're going to be impressed with your own results. If you're concerned about doing a poor job on a customer vehicle, jump on your own vehicle and give it a shot. See how you do on your own vehicle from the before and after. Grab your mom's or your dad's vehicle and do the same thing. Take your sibling's vehicle and do the same thing. And now here's the best part. If you're going to do that, be like, hey, brother, sister, mom, or dad, I'm going to wash your car, but you got to pay me $40 to do it. You've already got your first customer right there. Keep at it. You're going to do a great job. Find what gets you excited and keep experimenting. This is Money Man Majid signing out.